Who's the best hitter in the NL East? Ronald Acuña Jr. or Juan Soto? It's hard to say. Ronald Acuña Jr. is older, but only by a year. Juan Soto is 22, and Ronald is 23. Not a big difference in age. But they're also very different players. Ronald is a great defensive player, but Juan, not nearly as good defensively. He's okay, but I wouldn't say Juan Soto is a Gold Glove candidate. In my mind, they're pretty equal players. But there's more to this question. A lot more. Let's jump into these stats. Currently, Ronald Acuña is better. But that's only because he has more overall talent with the bat and with the glove. However, Juan Soto may have the greatest 19-year-old season in MLB history. He's in with some company like Ted Williams. If your 19-year-old season can compare with one of the greatest hitters of all time, you know you're doing something right on that diamond. So I'd say it's a pretty hard question knowing who is overall a better player. Juan has a total of 327 games, 1,160 at-bats, 237 runs, 343 hits, and a triple slash of 296 average, an on-base percentage of 415, and he's slugging 553. That's an OPS of 968. That's crazy. Those are MVP kind of stats. Now let's see Ronald Acuña's numbers. Ronald has played in 332 games. They're within 5 games of each other. That's not really a big difference. And those 5 games could only be told apart, possibly due to an injury or two. So they've played in a pretty reasonable amount of games. He has 1,286 at-bats. That's pretty close to Juan Soto. Only around 100 different. 272 runs. That's only 30 runs different. That's not a very big difference. And as hits-wise, there's only about 20 different hits. It's pretty close. He has a total of 168 hits compared to Juan Soto. He has a triple slash with a 285 average, which is slightly lower than Juan Soto's. An on-base percentage of 376. Pretty good. Lower than Juan Soto's. He's slugging 552. That's 1 point different from Juan Soto, but his numbers are slightly lower still, technically speaking, by 1 point, which gives him an OPS of 127. That's not the same as the OPS of Juan Soto, which was a 968. He has a 924. Both of those are MVP caliber. However, Juan Soto is a better hitter. They're pretty similar numbers. I think Juan's better. Juan has also played in 122 minor league games, compared to Ronald Acuña Jr., who's only played in 259 games. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a player get through the minor leagues like Juan Soto. 122 games is less than a single season in the majors worth of games. That's not very many. And I've hardly ever seen any player get to it in less than in more than 162. But no, he did it. He had more, which is crazy. Juan zoomed through the minors like a crazy person, whereas Ronald, he was fast, but more normal than Juan's crazy minor league run. Fun fact, Juan has more World Series rings than Ronald Acuña Jr., but that's not really important. I wouldn't say it's that big of a difference. He won the World Series in 2019 with the 2019 World Series champion Washington Nationals, whereas Acuña, well, we know what happened to Acuña in 2019 postseason. Game 5! 10 total runs in the first inning! That was a disaster of a game, but let's move on. Both are good players, but I think there's only one winner here. It's Juan Soto. Juan Soto, I think, is better. He has better stats and will probably win MVP in 2021. But who knows? Ronald Acuña Jr. could win MVP. Or you know who also could win MVP? It's Chris Davis from the Orioles. But that's not gonna happen, so, yeah. Chris Davis went from being one of the best players in baseball to being a disaster. Yeah, 0 for 56. That wasn't good. But who knows who could win MVP? Will it be predictable, with Mike Trout winning his 4th MVP, giving him the most MVP awards out of any player in MLB history? Will Mookie Betts win the MVP? The question is hard to say, but I think there is a chance that we may be able to find out. That's why I think you should vote for anyone you feel like, because they're all probably pretty good choices if they made it onto the MVP ballot. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, subscribe. Please subscribe, and thank you for getting our first video to 50 views in 5 days. That's awesome. Let's go. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next 4-seam fastball film video. Goodbye.